Welcome back to Alcohol Content. What is up? What's going on? We got something new for you today. We got something new for us today, something we haven't tried. But first, let's get into some introductions. We got Rick.
Yo, right here.
And you got me, Austin. And you might be noticing we're kind of missing somebody. Well, I wrote the obituary last night. And, you know, you guys, we're going to announce it on our social media page. So make sure you subscribed or, you know, follow us on Instagram so you can find out what happened to Ryan. You know, it's a sad day. But sorry, Rick. Condolences to you.
Yes.
I know he was kind of a shithead, but
well, actually, he was just texting me. He's in Bratislava, so go look at learn your geography and go look at a map.
I don't know where that is, and you know what? I probably never will. So, also, it's probably good that he's not here because all the episodes you didn't like, it was his idea. So we're moving on. You know, we have it. This is a whole new show. It's the Rick and Austin show. Okay. And what's our first bourbon we're doing today?
We are doing some Old Elk.
Oh,
yes. So we've definitely had several different Old Elks before. This one is happens to be though. It's the straight bourbon, but it's barrel proof. So it's at 112.5. So this is poured, but we have not yet tasted. So neither Austin or I have tasted this at all. So yeah, it's Old Elk out of Fort Collins, Colorado.
Colorado, huh?
Yeah, Fort Collins. That's where they get where they're making their distillery or making the distillery is there's old elk herds and stuff there. So, so it's sort of cool bottle. And again, we've had some, Old Elk has a wide variety. They've got wheated, they've got rye, all kinds of stuff. But I have not had the single barrel yet. This one's 112.5. So that's what we got going on. The other unique thing about this that I find interesting is that Greg Metz, who's the master distiller, and I think he does great stuff. He was the master distiller for like 37 years at MGP or whatever.
Oh, okay. So he knows what's going on.
He definitely, as a matter of fact, I think this is juice that he distilled at MGP. He was still working there before Old Elk hired him away. And he worked, I think he was master distiller at MGP or worked at MGP for 37 years or whatever.
Wow.
So he knows his stuff. So a lot of the juice you're drinking, if you're drinking high rye content stuff, a lot of it's MGP, and you can thank Greg Metz if it's older stuff. So this is his expression. The other thing that he does here, and then I'm done with the specifics or whatever, that I find extremely interesting is it's bourbon. So, and it is 51% corn, but then the next highest grain in the mash bill is barley at 34%.
Okay.
Malted barley 34%, and then rye 15%.
So we're drinking some bourbon scotch here.
Sort of. I mean, with the 35%, that's going to be 4 to 5 times higher malted barley rate than a typical bourbon. So what do you
It kind of comes across on the nose. It's a lot lighter and sweeter, but I get a nice earthy smell on it.
Yeah.
When I first started smelling it, I was kind of like, I don't know what's going on here, but it's opened up a little bit, kind of like a tea note.
Yeah, I was going to say I get sort of a honeyed tea on the nose,
but a little bit earthy and sweet. It's not super floral, but it's trending that way.
Yeah, you're right. There's a little floral. You know what I'm not getting at all on the nose is the fact that it's 112.5 proof. It doesn't come across as proofy at all.
It's more like I'm sniffing tea than I'm sniffing alcohol.
Yeah.
I can't burn my nose really.
Well, I didn't mean to drink.
It fell in your mouth there.
That just was leaping out of the deal.
The old mustache test. Yep, it definitely drips in my mouth.
No, I'm tasting some chili from earlier. No.
Saving that for later. Yeah, the nose isn't bad. So, let's
give it a taste. The old taster. Again, our first taste. Oh, that good, huh? That good.
Well,
evidently Austin loves it.
Woo!
Wow.
Now, if you breathe and swallow at the same time, it really gives you a climax of experience.
Well, so now we both had full pause. It leapt out of the Glencairn into my mustache initially, and now Austin's choking on it. Yeah, exactly.
Man, put some lipstick on first. Jeez.
Wow.
So without the choking wasn't from the proof or anything like that. I just don't know how to swallow very well. This is extremely smooth. Like almost non-existent at first. Maybe I was busy coughing, but we'll give it a second try here.
Yeah. I mean, I'm getting some almost a little toffee, a little walnut note, a little honey note, a little floral still going on.
There we go. Now it's coming up into my mouth. Do we know the age on this bad boy?
7 to 8 years.
Okay. I like the blossoming of the proof.
Yes, because you do sort of feel a little bit. Yeah.
So my first comment about being non-existent, I was wrong. Okay, I was just coughing up a storm there. This is nice. The feel is good. I think it's very balanced. It's not standing out like crazy to me, but it's the mouthfeel with the proof is enjoyable.
It feels remarkably light to me, like not a heavy dark note palate. On the 2 sips I've had, it's lighter. Maybe that's that 35%
I think it is. I think it is the
whatever.
malted barley. Well, we're trending towards, traditionally malted barley is going to be Scotch or Irish whiskey, but it's light, but I get a lot of wood on it. But the wood isn't overwhelming. The wood and the proof match really well, and it's surprisingly with the wood and the lightness, the wood doesn't overtake it. So
no, and I'm definitely getting wood too.
Yeah.
But I would agree exactly with what you just
overall, the balance of this is pretty top notch.
But instead, for me, instead of the sweetness to me is coming, and again, I don't know if this is the 35% malted barley. The sweetness is more coming in as honey, maybe just slight toffee or whatever. Not deep, rich caramel or anything like that. That's
This is interesting.
It is. It still doesn't. There is a little proof on the end there.
Yeah.
Where you can feel a little bit of proof. It's got a nice little sort of Colorado hug, not Kentucky hug.
But if you're getting a barrel proof or whatever, like I don't want to not feel it, right? Like that's part of the experience, And so I'm glad it's there. But yeah, this is like really an unoffensive, high proof bourbon that tastes pretty different than something that, might be in the same age range. It's lighter. It's not super heavy. It's not super sweet. It's not a Buffalo Trace product or anything like that.
No, I would agree with that.
And looking at the branding, and the bottle, I think it's got something going for it. I really like the elk horn kind of topper. Yeah, this is what's the price of this guy?
I was very fortunate and got this for about $70.
Okay,
maybe 72 or 75 or something like that.
So it puts into a pretty competitive
right.
range.
Yes, absolutely. It's in a competitive price range. I mean, we have not done. We certainly had Old Elk. We've got a weeded one. We've got a blended bourbon one, et cetera, et cetera. But I hadn't had the barrel proof or the single barrel or whatever, 112.5. At least this one is barrel 609 for those out there that are really sort of counting. Yeah, but I'm a big fan of Greg Metz. He's been doing, he was hired by Seagram's which became the MGP plant or whatever after Seagram sold it, and so he knows his rye. He knows he's master distilled for a long time. So Old Elk got a coup in hiring him away.
Yeah,
but this is all sourced from Indiana, so it's MGP. And I'm pretty certain it's from when he was still at MGP, Metz. So, yeah, interesting stuff.
Yeah, this is $70 is an interesting price range because it makes me think about it a little bit more. But honestly, in a lineup, it stands apart because of the barley and how light it is with the heavy wood. This is, if you want to spend some money on something nice, like this would be a really good gift, I think, for somebody who's a fan of bourbon and you want to give them something a little bit unique.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, it's almost approaching like a decanter-esque bottle or whatever. And And then certainly with the it's fake, but sort of the elk, they're going for the elk horn and stuff at top. So it's a nice looking bottle. It's a nice packaging and things like that. So, and again, if somebody knows their bourbon or likes their bourbon, 112.5 proof, and it is unique and different.
Yeah, I've never had it. I've never had Old Elk, period. So this is my first entry into them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so this isn't a bad buy. If you are looking for something a little different, maybe want to, maybe you have a bunch of bourbons and you're like, I'm kind of looking to step out of the flavor profile. I think this is a good move. It's still bourbon, definitely.
For sure.
It is very much bourbon, but that malted barley is going to change the taste quite a bit.
Yeah. So thumbs up, thumbs down.
I say this is a thumbs up.
Okay.
I'm enjoying this. This is a balance. This isn't spiky. This isn't a roller coaster ride. Okay, this is drinkability. You're gonna give it to someone, they're gonna enjoy it. It's good.
I would agree. It's not a crazy roller coaster. It is just really well built and solid.
Yeah.
Yep. For sure.
Yeah. Alrighty, folks. Well, you like the video because you want to see more content. You give us a like, it sends a signal to our brains. Well, they like the content. We're gonna make some more of it. You subscribe because you want to get notified of all the cool stuff we're making, and also you comment. Let us know what you want to drink. Okay, we've tried so many things. Will you let us know what you want us to review? What you think we should try, even if it's the worst alcohol you've ever tasted, if it's the best alcohol you've ever tasted. See that little biohazard sticker there? Okay. We have those for things that are absolutely terrible. And you should go watch our terrible episode. It's a good episode. Terrible whiskey, okay? But other than that, I think we're done here. So, take it easy.